LinkedIn, everyone is a millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to make an RPG game. I still
Mhm.
don't have an RPG game.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all.
I wrote a 60-page book. I was very fascinated by Ultima Online and World of Warcraft. That was 2,000 people at the first event. Again, my first baby is my first physical. There are some old YouTube videos that I'm playing PUBG as a streamer,
Interesting.
which is also not known. This is only for your
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Game Biz Heroes. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce a guest who has been a driving force in shaping the games industry in Turkey and beyond. Please welcome Batuhan.
I'm Batuhan, founder and managing director of Mobidictum, a games industry network, organizer of the biggest games conference in Turkey, and soon to be the biggest games industry network in the world.
And what's first sparked your passion for gaming?
I mean, as most of the young Turks, as a gamer generation, I used to play a lot. It's very weird how my life changed. Now I don't have time to play, but too much traveling. I always like games, and I think games was an escape point for me. It's not like I had a troubled childhood or something, but anyway, you can always go to one of the MMORPG games and then dive in, act like someone else, and So I always like games, and I wanted to have my own RPG game. So I studied computer science, and then there was one program, computer science. I said, okay, I'll learn programming. I was not the best student, but I managed to finish in 4 years. And then I realized making games is very expensive. I should do something else. Then I started making mobile apps. I used to program. Fun fact
That's
for your
interesting. That's interesting fact. I didn't know. It's okay.
Yeah, so I know what HTML, CSS is, Java, and then Eclipse and so on. So I had a lot of mobile apps. Then one day I moved to mobile games. This is, by the way, 2014, 15. So this is very old times. And then, yeah, I said, okay, let's try mobile apps, mobile games. So this is how I entered the gaming scene. I wanted to make an RPG game. I still don't have an RPG game, but I actually created some lore. I had characters, I had map. I wrote a 60-page book. I was very fascinated by Ultima Online and World of Warcraft, that they had their books, so I was like following their footsteps. I don't know, maybe one day, but this is how I started.
While I was chatting with Batuhan, his team went ahead and shared something special for all of you. A 15% discount for the upcoming Mobidictum conference this October. Just use the code Melanya at checkout and join us in Istanbul. And can you share the story behind the Mobidictum? So how the idea came about?
So when I was making these mobile games, I said, okay, these need some advertising, right? And I mean, somehow I didn't think about the digital advertising, but I thought about the PR, classical marketing. And I said, okay, I will send these, I'll write some article about my games and send it to press. But I didn't think my games will be published, because it's very clone catch-up era, like hyper casual, the beginning, where this 2D platform, Flappy Bird, Then I said, okay, I will have a website where I will cover my own games, and I will cover other indie games like myself on this website, and it will be only mobile. So the name Mobidictum comes. Mobi is from mobile, and dictum in Latin means authority. Dictionary, dictator, dictum, dictate. So this is a very nice wordplay. So I started in 15 December or something like that. It was initially a Turkish blog website where we covered mobile games. I don't know. I didn't even play that much mobile games. I usually do the things that I don't even do. I don't have any editorial background or something. But back then there was no website which was focusing on only mobile gaming in Turkey, and it was quite well for some time. Between 2015 and 2020, I think the website traffic was crashed to zero at least twice. There was some times that I didn't look at the website for maybe 5-6 months. And today, even I don't know how it became something like this.
And but today you look at it every day, I
Yeah,
think.
I look at everything.
Yes, and not only you. And How quickly did you move from the initial concept or thoughts about Mobidictum and actual launching the web page? How does it look like at the beginning?
I mean, it's been a long time, so I can't even remember properly. But I mean, I don't plan things that much. I usually go brute force and then see like, okay, this is not how it's done, you know. Obviously, if you're an entrepreneur, don't do like that. It's better to plan. But sometimes when you plan, it takes too much, you know. So
Yeah,
I'm a little bit more brute force, let's dive in type of guy. I don't remember how much planning I did. I just chose a WordPress website. I said I started writing it. I had one writer in the beginning. So for 5 years, we had I mean, there's still some content about like how to do this in PUBG or Brawl Stars, whatever. There are some old YouTube videos that I'm playing PUBG as a streamer, which is
interesting.
which is also not known. This is only for your only.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
This is only for you, okay? Very old time, very old time. So we did a lot of things. I don't remember the planning that much. Just started the website, start covering a few news. And obviously Turkey was not like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we had Peak Games, but Peak Games was doing completely different stuff. This is like
Hmm.
10 years ago. And
And
we covered the yeah.
when was this moment when you realized that it can be something bigger than just covering your own games and someone indie games also?
We had I mean, over the last 10 years, I think more than 100 people passed their way through Mobidictum. Like they came, write, work, something like that. I had a team who was more like gamer focused and they were writing
Hmm.
more, like we did a lot of SEO content and so on in the beginning. But one day we woke up and then the Google crashed our traffic because something has changed on the algorithm.
Hmm.
That day, this was 2020. That day, I said, okay, I don't need search traffic. I need direct traffic. People should know what the brand is and they should go to
Hmm.
website directly. That is the day that the B2B was born. I also knew like the Turkish companies wanted their voice to be heard in global scene, not just Turkey. And then I created Mobidictum.biz, which is what you see currently was a
Hmm.
different website, like mobidictum.com and mobidictum.biz. After what 2-3 years, I decided to merge them and then made something like this. But I think what I realized that we have some potential because after B2B, we stopped doing the B2C part. Then the industry was taking off, right? Like post-corona, hyper casual, investments coming in, peak was sold. I said, okay, there is something going on here. And I always had the more mentality as a founder, as an entrepreneur to create the value to other person, like more B2B than the B2C part. Because I was not even playing the games that we were writing, right? That's another path. 2021, I think, is because that was also the first time we did the online event and we had like 1,300 registration. That was the time I said, okay, something is here.
So you firstly made an online event during the corona, and then you realized that you need to do it in real life when we have the possibility.
Yeah, I mean, we did the first online event in 2021 May.
Hmm.
Then I said, okay, that looks all fine. Then we did another one in September.
Hmm.
We made like a little bit more money, like sponsors, and like, we kind of understand the structure. November we did a career event. That was fine. Then 2022 January was our first physical event. 250 people. Usually, like the people who joined the meeting with me, they see that background. That I always said that's my first baby. Obviously, the conference is different. That was 2,000 people in the first event. Again, my first baby is my first physical event. I remember the excitement. I look so young on the on
I think I was there, right, at the first conference,
the conference,
and
yes, but not the online. Not the first 250 people event. I don't think
no,
so.
no,
That was very local. We didn't have that. We
yes,
had some foreign people, and it was raining. Few flights were canceled. It's January. I'm like, God damn this. But then we did another one in May in
yeah,
Izmir, which is another hub growing very fast. Then the conference in September that changed everything. It was
yes,
too big, too big.
exactly. No, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. And so Moby Dictum now hosts Turkish largest game industry conference, right?
Yes.
So what's your vision for these events? How do you choose what to spotlight, what to highlight there?
I mean, the first year I didn't know, right? The brand grew so much. It doesn't look like we are only doing this for 4 years. I
Yeah,
mean, we haven't done the fourth one yet, right? Unlike our, other event companies, they are doing for 10 years.
yeah,
And in 1 year, they do 3, 4 conferences. So it will be my fourth. They do it for like maybe 30, 40, 50 times. It's very different. First time I didn't know. Second time I didn't. There was another team. I mean, I hired people, but I didn't deal with it. So it was completely different. Third time I said, okay, I will invite my friends and then they will speak. Like the people who support me, the people who
mm-hmm.
know me, and they came. Thank God they came last year because it was also a pivotal moment for me. So this year is we need to highlight Turkish companies because obviously all my international guests are coming to meet with Turks. Not all the Turkish companies are coming. That's weird, but anyway, that's another topic. I think our brand is more known in global scene than Turkey. That is also very weird. We are we are working on that. It's like other way around. I mean, obviously, anyone who makes a game, probably like let's say 95% knows what Moby Dictum is. Maybe they read the news, maybe they attended an event and so on. But this year should be the highlight of Turkish companies. And a lot of investors. I want this event that you find a deal. Actually, there are few companies who actually found an investment during like through our event, like met someone
Yeah,
here, something like that. And because of the location of Istanbul, it's the center of the world. Asia, Europe, Africa,
yeah,
Middle East. It's a good hub. It's easy to travel. It is
yeah,
becoming a little bit expensive. Fine, that's another topic. I think it's a good addition to compared to other events in Europe or Asia or Middle East. It is the hub. It is the center.
yeah.
Everyone is coming to meet Turks. Okay, Istanbul is also a great city to like visit, stay 3, 4 days, whatever, shop, eat, and so on. So it should be the house of Turks. I want all Turks to say, okay, it's our event. Come, let's meet here
Mm-hmm.
because I pretty much know most of them, and most of them are my friends. The second thing is the industry should know that this is the biggest one and this is the event where you can meet with Turkish companies. Maybe not during the event, but on that week, right?
Yeah.
When you say you go to Gamescom, you don't physically go to Gamescom. You go to Cologne during Gamescom week, right? Or GDC. So Moby
Yeah, some
Dictum
people
is
even don't go there. Yeah, right. Yeah,
exactly,
they're
but
going to offices, side events, and yeah.
exactly. But you say I go to Gamescom. No, you're not going to. You're going to Cologne during that week. So if people don't meet during the conference, that's fine. But I want Moby Dictum like, okay, I'm going to Moby Dictum. That means in that week, you're going to Istanbul, you will meet with your partners, you will have
Mm-hmm.
a dinner and something like that. So I think we are going through that phase, and people should come and enjoy Istanbul, like experience the Turkish culture. We are expecting a lot of Asian presence this year.
Mm. Interesting.
We don't have a plan to have another conference at the moment. This is our flagship. It should grow. It should be much bigger than this, and hopefully become top 10 in the world.
For sure, it's the top uh, one in Turkey right now. So
Yes.
you're on the right way. And I'm curious. So after many plans and being on the development side, just having a dream, having an RPG game, then starting the web page, then now having a conference and the team that you manage and a lot of different stuff to do. What what advice would you give to young professionals, founders who are hoping also and trying to break into games industry?
I mean, very broad topic, right? If it's a game company, it's different. Event organizer, don't do it. I mean,
We have a lot of events now. Yeah, this is like a very competitive space
it is
becoming.
very competitive space. I mean, it's competitive, and then the success of it is also not depending on you entirely.
Yeah,
That's very interesting. I realize I mean you can do the best work you can, and then something can happen in that country, something can happen in the neighboring countries, something happen
Yeah.
to the
With the
economy,
weather, with anything.
the weather, the
Yeah.
airplane, like the when you saw, it's very difficult. Plus, I think I mean I did the comparison of this. Like anything you build physically, you see it every day, right?
Yeah.
Like construction. I don't know, even a rocket ship. You see it day by day. Events, you can only imagine. Do
Mm-hmm.
all the 3D work that you want. It's fine. You cannot simulate the amount of people who will come that day because even you don't know how many people will come. In our first year, we had like 30 to 40% of the tickets were sold in last 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't imagine. It's it's a different level. Media, I think there are a lot of. I mean, everyone is a media now. Everyone is a media and event organizer. So, right, you have the LinkedIn, you have the TikTok, Instagram, right? I don't know if you find something niche, do it. Otherwise, regarding the game developers, there's a lot of option right now. I don't think Steam and mobile games is the only way. A lot of developers I see they try their luck on I don't know HTML5, Roblox, UFN. Like there are a lot of platforms, so developers have more option at the moment. I choose it wisely. To, try obviously not all of like mobile gaming is still the one that might make you a billionaire, if not a millionaire. But it's very difficult. It's very challenging. I'll say always network.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me that there is actually a proportion of what you should like this is learning time. If you have
Mm-hmm.
24 hours, this is the networking time, this is learning time, and this is actually execution time. So there is some, I don't remember the portions, I don't want to give false data, but there is a portion for networking. Okay, I met so many founders that, oh, we don't need network. Well, you don't need network now, and
Yeah.
network is needed to like tomorrow. That's the thing. It's like you get sick and you try to get the doctor. Like better to know which the doctor you will call
True. Yeah.
beforehand, right? So invest in your circle as well because that is the part of your journey. I'm not saying go to all events because you can get something out of it. I mean, potentially in every event, even if you meet one person, you can get something, but that doesn't work like that, right? So invest in your network as well, and then very classical, never give up.
Never give up and dream, maybe.
Yeah, the dream big. It's very competitive, but I think the beauty of gaming, except Web3, if you scam millions and then make millions of dollar a day, I think gaming is the only product can change your life in I don't know in one day. In like there are so many examples. We have on Steam there are a lot of solo developers who became like a millionaire,
Mm-hmm.
not in one day, but you got the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even app industry cannot do that. Even the scalability is different. So we are in that kind of industry, which is anything can happen. It's challenging, but if you follow the trends and virality and everything, and luck is also a big factor. No one talks about
True.
it, but luck is very, 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 very
True.
important. If I was too ambitious in 2015 and tried to do my conference, that wouldn't happen. So the luck factor is the industry was shaping up post-corona. The company like stars that are aligned as also a luck factor. So no one usually talks about that, but you need a little bit of luck, and you never know when that luck will
Yeah.
come. So you just
And
have to
be
roll the dice.
and being at the right place at the right time also matters.
Yes.
Exactly. So now we know all the advices how to create a successful business from scratch. So let's move on to some fun questions. So I'm curious. You told me that you want to you want to have your own RPG game, but what's your favorite game of all time now?
I mean, Ultima Online, I could say. Ultima Online was literally Ultima Online and life offline was the motto. It was different. A lot of real friendships and time, and as a noob, as an apprentice, the beauty of learning. Like the time I feel even now, like for myself, I don't want to learn. I just want to get the information right. but
Mm.
there's so much learning, like a joy in learning. So that game, that game gave a lot of learning phase to, like, you know. That was good. Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. I couldn't finish Skyrim, unfortunately. Every winter in Estonia, I told myself, okay, this winter I will finish because it's the winter, right? So, but that never happened. Baldur's Gate, I played with my cousin for 2 years. Sorry, the first and second over the course of 15 years, something like that. So that is
Mm.
on that game. I do hardcore role playing, and I don't allow my cousin to look at Google. We cannot find something. So these are, like my top games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And what's your guilty pleasure when you're not working? If there's any time when you're not working.
I mean, guilty pleasure for not working. When I'm not working, I don't know. I mean, in Estonia, during, like, at home, I watch some movies, but I don't like that anymore as well. No, I think I don't have. Who knows me knows that no rest for the wicked.
Oh my God. All right, you need to work on this question. So this is also important. Yes. And okay, what's one surprising fact that most people don't know about you?
Most surprising fact.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go from the company. None of the things that you have seen in Mobidictum is not planned. It just happened.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all.
No, I will no. I'll tell you what does it mean. I met with an event organizer the other day. They're going
Yeah.
to do like one big event in UK, and he said that this is the plan. I want to challenge this. This is the aspect. I'm like, okay, that's a plan. I did so many things out of ambition, not even passion. After the first conference, I'm like, what did I do now? It doesn't make sense. Because I wanted to make the biggest one. I made it. Then I was like, okay, when you have a plan, when you reach out to the plan, okay, you're like next plan. But when you do things out of ambition, and if that ambition is gone, it is very difficult to justify it. You know, I tell this publicly as well. Our 2023 conference was not so good because I lost my ambition. But now I set a different. Now I have a plan. That's why I call it Mobile Games Industry Network. What does it mean? It means if you need to reach out to someone, you come to Mobile. This is what I try
Mm.
to build now. But this was obviously what I told you how it started and where it became. What is the correlation? What is the connection? It doesn't make sense. So more I try to add meaning and justify like what I do. Because if you want to make a game, you say, okay, I made a market analysis. Da, da, da. This is missing. I will do this. That's a plan, right? Do you like a strategy plan, whatever. I won't build Mobidictum like that. I said, okay, I need a website where people will go. That worked. The brand is very big now. Okay, even if you don't read the news, whatever, you know what the company is.
Mm-hmm.
So if people think that I planned any of these, no, it just happened. I went
It just
to
happened.
company. I said, okay, I will do this, I will do that, and then I did, and here we are.
That's good. Motivation. It's your biggest force. Let's move on to the places you like to travel. What's your favorite place to travel? I think you will say Istanbul, but maybe not. But
I
it's
mean,
your but it's your home. You can't, I think, justify it as a place for travel too. But
I live in Estonia for 11 years, so I'm not sure Istanbul
yes, yes, then yeah.
is actually. I mean, for the last this year, I unfortunately skipped, but Barcelona, I
Mm,
had what is called a tradition to visit every year in February. For the last 6 years, I did. I skipped this year, broke the tradition anyway. It's like Duolingo, you start again. But I was in Vietnam. I really liked it. I think it's. I'm still a bit far, obviously, even from Istanbul.
yeah.
But I think it's a place that I would like to go and then stay maybe for a month, like food and I couldn't go to like nature and so on, but I saw so many videos, so I know it's the nature part is good. If I didn't live in Estonia for this long, Copenhagen was a very nice city.
Mm,
But top three would be besides Estonia and Istanbul. I have two homes.
yes.
I would say Barcelona and Vietnam as a country.
And the last interesting question that I have for you. Imagine that tomorrow you can meet any person from the industry, like the game developers, publishers, just a person, maybe from the past, from the present. So who would it be? And what's the first or the main question that you want to ask them? It's a hard question for you. I think you met everyone already with your events and
That's what
conferences and
people
with
say. Eh?
travels. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, how I managed to get to know people, it can be a book, like seriously. That's another story. But Sven would be good, Larian, CEO, organizers of. I mean, I pretty much know all the organizers, like the head, the founders, but I haven't met with Gamescom and GDC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know the names, so that would be it. I mean, from the gamer side, I checked who started Ultima Online, but I wouldn't. I'm not sure what would I do. I would just say like a good job, like I really like the
I
game.
don't have any questions for a good job.
You know, the thing about the event organization. When you talk about the event organizers, everyone has so much different problem,
Yeah.
and then they make some of your problems insignificant. That calms me down. Man, this guy has
So exchange with some issues, problems, and then
exactly. That's
you're like, okay, how of my problems are not exactly problems, and they also go home with the same minds.
such a comfort. Like
Interesting.
I heard so many crazy stories, and I'm like, what am I crying?
Yeah.
I don't have this problem. I mean, everyone has a different problem, but that's good. Regarding one like tip to founders, I think like having a founder maybe even like better than your status as a friend is good because then you can share ideas, you can discuss,
Mm.
you can,
Learn
especially if
from
you're a
each
solo
other.
founder. If you're a solo founder, you have no one to cry.
Mm.
You can just cry in your room and as an entrepreneur, I mean, you can suck it up as much as you want, but there is actually a dark side of the psychology that no one talks about. On LinkedIn, everyone is a millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But what about the guy who I don't know lost it all and then cannot speak, has a mental issue, depression, health issues? I mean, it's so anyway. That's another thing. So like the top event organizers, I think GDC and Gamescom would be my list.
Interesting. Yeah.
Maybe I have like 2 weeks. I will try to find them.
Find him.
I never tried.
Exactly.
I mean, I pretty much know all the guys and girls that I wanted to meet. Just to answer this question, I think
If I know where you can find the founder of Gamescom at the Gamescom, I would tell you, but honestly have no idea. I think he's or she is or they are hiding somewhere in an
I'll
office
find them.
room. But yeah, I think it's possible. We should do it.
I'll find them.
So thank you so much, Batuhan, for your time today. We'll be also spreading the word about the Mobidictum conference happening in October, right?
Yes.
Yes, at the end of October. And yeah, wish you not lose any motivation and inspiration
Mm.
because Moby Dictum is well known in the gaming industry and you're doing a good job. So keep it going. We need more news, we need more articles, more events. And yeah, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you. See you.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Game Beats Heroes. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed our conversation, don't forget to subscribe, share your feedback, and tell a friend. See you next time.